Scorpio, let's clear some smoke. Take a look and do your almost personal reading for this month. So let's tap right on in, get to the main energy. Divine may have 3 best cards for main energy for Scorpio this month. 3 best cards, please. All right, I do hope that all is well and that you are doing well, my dear. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have value indication, mental space. Your inner value is greater than you realize. Perhaps you have been questioning your worth lately. Focus on affirming your unique qualities daily, and you'll become more confident in your value. Okay. And at the center of things in the environment, trust. Trust is essential for moving forward. Are you doubting the path ahead? Have faith in the universe's plan and in yourself. Take the next step with confidence. And in spiritual space, we have Cupid Deep Challenge. Challenges in love are testing you. Are you facing difficulties in a relationship? Don't shy away. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. So the challenge may be the fact that you're not finding value in the relationship, or that you're not finding value in yourself in being with this person. You find that this person, meaning that you feel like this person doesn't value you and your contributions in a manner of which you feel are acceptable. And at the center is trust, of where some kind of way there has been some violation here. And for Scorpios, trust is a huge thing because of the fact that generally Scorpio puts everyone on a very long leash. It's very tedious for Scorpio energy to have to constantly monitor and deal with people, because generally Scorpios are very much focused in their inner world. They're always kind of like in their own thoughts. And so having to compensate for that, their space, your mental space, to constantly think of what the other person is doing or be involved in is, just a waste of your energy. You don't date people to mother them or be a parental figure. You date people to enjoy them, and vice versa. So one of the things I like about Scorpio energy, they don't really hover in any relationship, really. Scorpios, interesting, being a water sign does foster a space and create a space for their counterpart to have independence and freedom. Doesn't really, I don't like to hover. So let's see. Let's get some more details here. All right, darling, deep breath. Open mind, open heart, and let's see what the divine needs you to know most at this time. Needs and wants you to know most. Divine may have 10 best cards, please. We got 6, and we're going to take them all in the last turn. Okay. State of confusion, which you have an energy of uncertainty, a bit of topsy-turvy energy going on right now. Something unexpected was seen or heard from the person that you're having the challenge with right now, and you're trying to figure out how to deal with it. A part of you wants to just leave it out in the cold, leave it dry, but there's too much of an investment here due to this energy of value indication. And there's something about what they have done or what you've seen that they have done. They may not even be aware that you know about it yet, which is classic Scorpio energy. In the sense that you're trying to figure out what your next move would be before you act on it. How can you turn this to your advantage, or is there or whether there's even an advantage at all. The moon card here would describe that energy. You're not sure as to, you're not, everything, your path is not clearly illuminated. You're making out the shadows of what's happening, but you don't want to jump to conclusions. Four of Cups is in reverse of where it feels like, especially with this Daughter of Fire here, there's a wanting to just act like you didn't see what you saw at all. Like you don't want to jump to conclusions. You basically feel like maybe you saw something or you just misinterpreted it. It wasn't anything you were even supposed to see. So you just throw it to the back and just act like it didn't even happen. We have the Wheel of Fortune here with the Sun card in reverse. Right now, with this Cupid's deep challenge, and then the Sun card in reverse. Yet you really are in the space of like, let's just act like, I'm just going to act like I didn't even see it. The Wheel of Fortune here is giving you the opportunity to choose the path of whether or not you're going to actually, with the fire energy, really take action about it and try to move things in a new direction, or figure out what's really going on, or just do the Sun card here and stay in a place of bliss. Ignorance is bliss kind of thing, of where you don't, you have, it hasn't been confirmed. You don't know what the true context of what was going on. Maybe it was just something in passing that wasn't what you thought it was. And until you see any other indicators in the environment with this person directly, you know, I'll just stay with what I feel when I'm happy now, and I want to stay with that. I don't want to go into this place. Now, the Two of Earth here being about change, which would be Two of Pentacles. You know, and then the Ace of Earth here. You recently, it feels like, just got back on track with this connection, this relationship we're talking about. And with the Three of Swords in reverse, it was just recent that you decided to go a new path and direction with this person, and, you know, try to overturn the betrayal and try to be forgiving about it, like that Four of Cups in reverse, of where you moved on, you've forgiven this person, you said you weren't going to punish yourself or them any longer for it, and you just said we're going to work through this. You weighed all the options, and you realized, you determined that this person was still worth having in your life. However, now with this situation that's come up with this the Ten of Waters in reverse, Ten of Cups, and then we have Six of Earth in reverse, which is Six of Pentacles. And then the Three of Pentacles upright. More information on this Three of Swords to this Ten of Cups in reverse, please. Because this new start is here. But the Two of Pentacles the change came before the Ace of Earth, or the Ace of Pentacles. So that was the new seed that was planted of forgiveness. Father of Fire in reverse. I don't have nothing nice to say, so I'm not going to say nothing at all. Shit. Scorpio. I'm saying this because I love you. I think you want this to work out more than they do. Because unfortunately, it looks like the person has taken this opportunity that you have given them to redeem themselves, to throw themselves right back under the bus. Okay, babe? This Father of Fire in reverse is absolutely someone acting in the shadows and in the dark and thinking that they're not going to be caught. And remember, early on, we stated that the Scorpio energy tends to give people a very long leash, right? In order to be able to roam about and not be so tight like a choke collar. Because here's the thing, you don't want your kindness is being mistaken for weakness, which is often the mistake with people dealing with a Scorpio in close quarters contact. Now, Scorpio energy. Scorpio does not have a loud bark, but they have a deathly bite. Once you have been bitten or stung by a Scorpio, you will never forget it. Especially when it's done out of, if it's done, it doesn't matter if you just not gonna forget that. And this, with this Father of Fire in reverse, the Two of Air in reverse, about the Two of Swords in reverse, and then the Nine of Air in reverse. Yeah, see, this person, they figured that once you gave them this opportunity to redeem themselves with you, to build trust again, that they had gotten over, and that they were going to be able to just do what they want to do. And you don't really, you took what they said at face value. Now this feels like it was the first time that it happened, and so you gave them grace because you understand Scorpio has a high tolerance, very high tolerance for pain, emotional, physical, otherwise. Not gonna meet us. Most signs don't have it. Scorpio has it. Have a very, very high tolerance for pain, especially mental pain, emotional pain. Very high tolerance. That's why some people think that Scorpios are, da 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 da. It's not that. It's just built that way, right? And it's a great characteristic, really, when it's utilized properly. But there's a shadow of it too. And this Nine of Swords in reverse, this cruelty in reverse. They've been playing nice. You know, they may have even been saying like, "Oh, you want to check my phone, or what do you want? If you wanted me to give you my location, or whatever the case may be." And Three of Pentacles is here, where you cooperated, corroborated, and negotiated. You said, "No, I'm not going to do all of that." Again, Scorpio doesn't want to create headspace for doubts and all of that rest of this, because it leads to their demise. Scorpio is always in their head. They're very observant all the time. You know what I'm saying? But in a very different way than, say, Pisces or Cancer is. Of course, Scorpio is kind of a masterminder. It's not so much that Scorpios just can't let anything go. A Scorpio was creating contingency plans for if things do go awry, and how they're going to keep themselves in a peaceful state to not have to bite. So they're trying to think ahead, hence the contingency plans. And you knew that there was an opportunity that this person would mistake your kindness for weakness. And you've already tried to lay groundwork for, if they do this again, what you were going to do. Hence this energy of value indication and trust. So now they violated your trust in the environment. So now your value indication is here, where now they're devaluing your trust, and which thereby means that they're devaluing you. Scorpio don't like being disrespected. Male or female energy does not matter. Disrespect is just no. If there was ever a sign to say I'm about my respect, definitely Scorpio, and definitely Scorpio. Okay, because Scorpio is so understanding and forgiving, because that dark side energy, Scorpio lives in the shadows, is not afraid of it. But the Cupid Deep Challenge is where you're like, I'm gonna have to let you go. And you already know that this person is not in a position. There's a codependency energy here with this person in some type of way. And you know how clingy they're going to be. And that's the contingency plans you were planning for. I was like, what is it? It's not that you care about letting them go. It's the fact that you know how difficult it is going to be for them to let go. Because they really begged their way back in. Because I think there's something lacking with this person. There's something that you stabilizing about what you provide to them, that they're going. So let's see, divine strategy moving forward, please. Okay, here we go. So we have, yep, Ace of Fire in reverse. No new energy coming through there. else? Let's see. A lot coming in here. Let's make it neat. The Ace of Fire being in reverse is your attraction and anything else about a new beginning with this person is now dead in the water. Sharks are coming to get them. You're not going to be able to revive anything, rekindle anything. You no longer can fake it. You can't put a smile on your face. You know, it's just, no. Permanent scowl, okay? Because you said, for instance, you gave them enough rope and they decided to jump off the side of the cliff and hang themselves. They thought it was just no, okay? It went from a slack rope to a tight, it went from slack lining to a tight rope. Seven of deception here, or seven of swords, seven of air. They thought that they were lying to you, but they were lying to themselves. Okay? Because you had it pegged. You were like, you kept a watchful eye, but you didn't hover. And they went right back out and did it again and thought that you weren't going to find out about it. And again, it was not, you didn't go looking for anything. They were stupid. They were careless, and they got cocky and prideful. And that's generally how people make mistakes. They didn't think you were watching, but the divine was watching over all. It was like, hey, take a look over here. And when you looked, you was like, okay, that's what we're doing. The three of fire, or three of exploration in reverse. There's nothing to look forward to. There's no forgiveness on the horizon. There's nothing. No. And then the Hermit card in reverse. There's nothing to think about or that you need to further consider or mull over. There's nothing to listen to. There's no story to be had or told. This is it. First time, shame on them. Second time, shame on you. And you don't deal with shame too well, Scorpio. So handle business. All right, darling. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your valuable time and attention. And remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.